Yeah.
I do hear a lot, you've mentioned, I think 3 or 4 times the word longevity is big with Watchfire, obviously. What makes an LED sign from Watchfire last longer? I guess that's the most simple way I can ask that.
So, we make digital signs. That's fairly well established. But the key component of any digital sign, whether it's a Watchfire, an imported brand, or our brand X, are modules. This is the fundamental building block of the sign. It's got your diodes on the front, and that's a very important, the biggest cost factor of the sign. But the real longevity is in the engineering, and I've put one of our main competitors' modules on one side, and I put ours on the other, and I've got some arrows highlighting some of the key components. One, you can see the matte, I guess I would call it matte clear finish that encapsulates all the electronics on our module. And that is a silicon gel encapsulation. And it's about an eighth of an inch thick. We go to the sign shows, we get teased a lot because we put this in a fish tank and run it, and nobody runs signs underwater. It's theatrics. But the point is, it's weatherproof. We're here in Florida. I know you sell signs all over the world, and we do as well. But the Florida market is, in fact, one of the harshest between hurricanes, heat, humidity. Nothing messes LED signs up like corrosion. So, one of the biggest building blocks, one of the biggest things we do is the silicon encapsulation, keeps all the moisture off the electronics and eliminates a lot of problems that way. If you see the arrow going to the middle, there's a little black square on there, and that is an integrated circuit, a little microchip. What that chip does is several things. One, it does some of the control at the module level, whether it comes to color blending, brightness, starting and stopping. Each module has some control on itself. It's not just getting data from the controller that runs the entire sign. So we're not sending as much data across the sign as some of the competitors, which allows, if you see the two receptacles up above the IC chip, they're Molex outdoor rated connections for power and data. These basically, you can see they're outdoor rated. Those are weatherproof connections. Only 9 connection points per module. When you go to the right, you see that module, and at the top and bottom, you see ribbon connections. 20 connections coming in, 20 connections going out, 40 in all. That's 40 potential failure points. One, it's not really outdoor rated, but there's just so many connections. There's a lot more opportunity for failure and moisture to get in there. It's not encapsulated. All your resistors and solder joints and whatnot are going to be exposed to the weather. A lot of people say, well, this is inside the sign. It's not in the weather. But I mean, you still have ventilation and airflow through the cabinet. And, if it's 95% humidity, there's going to be moisture in there. The power connection, you see, it's an exposed connection compared to the Molex connections that we're using. The other thing that the smart module with the IC chip does is allows us to do remote diagnostics on the sign. Our billboard brethren, we're the largest domestic billboard supplier in the United States. And that allows for remote diagnostics. Our tech support can go through wireless broadband communication and run diagnostics on the sign, either next day or second day, a power supply or module or whatever it is. And our dealer partner is going out to do a part replacement, not tear the sign apart, to diagnose the problem, to
Right.
order parts, and come back a second time. So, you know, there's a lot that goes into it, but this is one of the big factors. These are the building blocks. Doesn't matter what kind of cabinet you have, what kind of controller you have. If you don't have a good module, you're going to have a lot more problems. One other thing why we have good longevity is if we need a part replaced during the warranty or after the warranty, the module you get is from the same manufacturing batch as the original sign. So we may have to tweak the brightness a little bit if it's an older sign, but the color hue, the color palette will match up, and you won't get the tiling effect that you see on some of the LED signs.
Can you describe tiling? That's an industry term. I think people might not understand that, but it's important, I think.
Yeah, they say tiling, they say quilting, but basically what it is, if you have light colors on a sign, you know, we have square modules. Some people have different sizes, but basically you can see differentiation between the modules where the brightness or the colors don't match exactly, and it, you know, just doesn't look good. It detracts from the sign.